All right, good evening everyone. We can start now. Yeah, it's great to have you all here today. I hope my setup is working. I think my mic at least is working. Please let me know if the music is too loud. Yeah, I'm looking forward to today. I have a little bit of extra time and can already work on our new GT car. I hope you all had a very nice week so far. I sure did. I was traveling all week long, spending time with international colleagues, and basically spent all my day eating, working, eating, then drinking, and then sleeping. So a very busy week, and now it's time to relax. Now it's time to design something. Great to see that basically all of the world is here. Most continents definitely are here. So I'm happy that I reach so many people, and yeah, looking forward to spend a little bit of time with you. Last design live stream was a little bit, yeah, chaotic, with not the results that I imagined. So I spent already, let's say, 20 minutes trying out a few things, trying out if I like this body. I already morphed it a little bit, and I think I can now walk around the car a little bit. And I've already placed one fixture, which I think, yeah, I just liked it. The way it spawned is basically a little spoiler there, and I liked how it followed the roof line and makes it a little bit more sleek. So this car will be our new GT car, high-end GT. I am thinking about V12, 4 liter something. And I want to, yeah, this will still be Cisalpina style, quite lightweight, as it can be for a luxury GT car. So we don't want to lose all of our roots here, but I think we are ready to take it up a notch in the luxury market. So yeah, let's see what we can do. I already painted it in Cisalpina red, and I have a few ideas of what I want to do, especially in the rear. So maybe let's start with that. And by the way, you can hide the UI with F10 in case you want to do that. And also you can toggle to the free roam camera, which I'm using right now, with this button, with the button here on the very right, which you can't see because I'm on an ultra wide screen and I only share the center 16:9. But there's the visibility controls where you also can hide different parts of the body and so on, and one of them toggles the free roam camera. Alright, so let's get started. I won't morph it anymore. I already like this shape roughly. If we have to adjust a few things, then we will do it. Maybe here the front is not perfect. But yeah, let's get started. And I thought I deleted everything, so let me just delete the rest what I tried. Yeah, we will leave on the spoiler, and I'd say let's start with some tail lights. And here what I thought was to use, now I have to find them again, of course, very 80s style. I wanted to go here. They were there a few minutes ago. So where is that stuff? There somewhere, yeah. So I wanted to go with these because basically the shapes here are like the typical sausage grill that we are using. And yeah, maybe they fit quite well. We have to enlarge them, of course. Somebody was asking how will the car be called. It's the Boreale. I think it fits. It sounds nice. It was one of the highest ranked ones in the name voting that we had a few weeks ago. And yeah, I just like it. And maybe we can also sell this car in Hedvesia, which is a very mountainous, maybe a bit colder area. So I just like it. I already built a bit of the engineering side as well, but we don't take a look at that today. I will cover that in the official video. So let's get started here. I'm also trying to get used to hotkeys so that I don't have to move over here very much. So with E and R you can switch between the different modes here, and maybe I can finally learn to do that and save a little bit of time when designing cars. So what I want to do is basically make that a bit larger and have this seam here in the middle between those two things, and I will need to switch around the indicator and the rear view stuff and the rear lights, the reversing lights. I will put the reversing lights probably into the center in case that's possible. Mustang Fox bodies. I'm not too much into American muscle cars, to be honest. At least anything after the 1970s. So yeah, cannot say if I really like it. They all look somewhat decent. It's just not my totally my cup of tea. So let's change this stuff here. Not headlight, but reverse light. And this one can be no, that's the indicator. Then we will have reflector here in the middle. This shall just be a reflector and no light. This is the reverse light. I hate setting up lights. This is the brake light, I guess. They are all mixed up. Brake light. This is the indicator. This is nothing. We will choose matte plastic here. This is our brake light. This is our tail light. And this is also tail light. Okay, that's already done. And then let's see, maybe we can. Isn't the stream's volume too low? I can turn it up a little bit if you like. Let's see if this is better. I don't want to make it much louder, because if I talk louder at some point, then it might be too loud. What do you mean by spontaneous? I didn't plan to do this until an hour ago or something, so that's why it's spontaneous. And I didn't really, except for 20 minutes where I played around, I didn't really do any major things and tried out things, so I don't have a complete plan of what I'm doing here, but hopefully it will be better than last time, where we were struggling a little bit with a difficult body. Definitely need some bars here because it's not cutting out very nicely, but we can already start to put our badge here on there. Typically I scale it to around 1.3. It's a little small, on the small side. Hi Ogush, thanks for joining. Doing quite good. I'm tired after a busy week, but yeah, overall I'm doing good. At least I have some energy left for this here. So I'm covering up this seam here with a bumper bar. I'm actually not planning to update the BeamNG mod because it's just a hassle to get that up and running. What I am actually planning to do is to, and now hold on to your seats, I will open up a Discord server as soon as we hit 10,000 subscribers, and there I will basically have one channel where I want to share the automation car files for you to download. Then you can do whatever you like with them, can modify them in automation and stuff, and can export them as you like. And those are just a few kilobytes, and then you can share them easily on the Discord server, I guess. So this will be the rough light setup. We will see if we need a little bit more to make it look a bit more premium, but at least it's looking sleek. So then let's add our number plate. Probably something rectangular and boxy here. We need a little bit of a cutout if we want to move it into the bumper. I hope it looks 80s enough. And it's not too 90s already. So until it will be released, it's 1985 or something. What did I use to create the Cisalpina badge? Basically the texture itself, I did that in Inkscape. That's a free vector drawing program. And then I used some guide on the unofficial automation wiki, how to create a badge mod. Unfortunately the texture is not square. I made a mistake there. And therefore it doesn't properly export to Beam. Therefore you always have this black square around it in Beam, because I then afterwards I have to paste it into the Beam mod, and yeah, it's a bit of a mess. I would need to redo the badge from scratch, but I'm too lazy right now. So that's why it doesn't look that nice in BeamNG. But there's a guide, and if you want to do something like that on your own, you can definitely ask also on the Discord server, on the official automation Discord server. I am not the expert. I did that 3 years ago or something, and I have no idea anymore how to do that. Would need to work my way into that as well. This is not the only games I play. I also do some sim racing in rFactor 2 mostly, sometimes a bit in Assetto Corsa. And this is also what I normally stream live, and it will continue. I think in March we will do Formula 1 of the late 60s, and this will be quite hard, so I do that with a nice online community I found. And off camera I like to play a few city builders, just some relaxed stuff. And very recently I also at least bought Red Dead Redemption 2. Didn't play very much, only 2 hours so far. But yeah, this is not the normal games I play. I just heard that it has a really nice story, and it just looks very nice. So mostly what I play is probably strategy and everything around cars and racing. Japan is a big export market for Cisalpina. Yeah, I guess the taste of the Japanese people would fit quite well, because we build light and nimble cars. So yeah, let's continue here. So the rear is very basic, but I think for that it's just 7 fixtures so far. I think it's quite nice, very efficient. And now I want to add some cutouts for the exhausts. So I'll probably go for twin pipes. Or twin pipes on each side, I mean. So is that actually alright, or should I use round pipes? Not sure. Tokyo Extreme Racer, yeah, I heard that many people like it. So far I didn't decide to buy it. I have plenty of other things to do right now. Also I spent a bit of money last month already on a new SSD. I have now 4 terabytes more to save videos. Basically I just bought it for the automation content. because I'm running out of storage. But that was fully paid by YouTube basically, so with all the earnings of the massive ads that I have, I bought myself an SSD, which is nice. Struggling here a bit with the cutout. There's no nice exhaust cutout, just for double pipes basically. I have to do a custom one. A bit too large, a bit on the large side probably. Will Cisalpina ever have a crossover? You mean something like an SUV or something? If yes, then in the very late game, I think. I'm trying to follow up on a few messages in the chat here, but lots of things going on, so sorry if I cannot catch every message or every question. Yeah, I'm planning definitely another series after Alrelma. That's why I want to finish this here, but without sacrificing the quality, of course. I want to do a normal cars campaign, probably. A bit more basic stuff. Something that we can really scale into a large manufacturer. I'm not sure about starting conditions yet. I still want to play it as a 100x campaign, of course. And not chrome would be good. Chromey. Steel. Right. Does it have to be more complex than this? I don't know. I can add a little bit of a of the car name of a badge here. Very 80s. I think my mouse wheel is dying, it's not working properly. I already forgot to use I'm always forgetting to use the hotkeys. What do we think? Should I add this? The badge here or not? Is it looking too cheap? Bumper indicators may look good, but I'm not. Is that already? Is it late enough? Mid 80s for bumper indicators? Looks good, looks awesome. Okay. Rear fog light maybe. Could say one of these is a fog light, right? Don't want to add anything in the bumper, to be honest. Text below the rear wing, we can try it at least. And this would be centered. We also need to add a handle or something. Oh, not sure. Just need to space it out a little bit different, I think. And then I think this could also do very 80s style. Yeah, I will add a latch. I didn't come up with the name. It was someone from the community. So all credits go to them. It was P3 or P4 in our naming voting we did a few weeks ago. So that's why I used it because I was not very creative today. And I didn't plan to do something today here. So it was a last minute decision, and then I just took what we already had. That's not what I want. Probably what I maybe really would have liked is something a little bit hidden that doesn't look too cheap. It's really hard to see with these huge preview images. I'd probably go for something like this, and then mix this plastic. And we have something quite elegant, but then I really have to move this again. I don't want to move the Cisalpina thing to the side. Want to have it centered. But actually, is a high-end GT car, does it really have this badge on there? So if you compare it, okay, the Testarossa had a badge, I think. That would be the same class of cars. I just leave it like this for now, and then we can add, in case I make a Ginghiale version, I can add the badge on the other side. So what's very important for this badge is that it really is the same width going from here to here. So always use the lines that you already have as a guidance. It will look so much better. Okay. Yeah, green would look good. I just chose red for today, for the stream, because it's easier to see what we are doing. Badge in the bumper on the side, like a Japanese car. So I don't want to add something very large here on the side. It should still look very premium. So let's see. Duplicate this one as a door handle. But here we are using proper color, and we need to add our key thingy. That's this one. I'm already afraid of all the scratches that this will make, of course. Oh, Aero Racer, thank you very much for your donation. Much appreciated. Glad you enjoy the videos. This is front engine. So proper GT layout. Let's remove the bonnet. So as a placeholder I added a 4-liter V12, but we will do the proper engine in the actual official video. Dune buggy, good idea for Cisalpina. Maybe, but there's no market for it in automation. Favorite car brand? Depends a bit on the era, I'd say. Ferrari definitely is up front. Early BMWs up to the 90s, early 2000s. Alpha for styling, basically all the way. Always liked Alphas. yeah, that's mostly it. Normally I like many things, just not the very modern stuff, which is completely over-designed. Maybe I'm just getting too old, but yeah. Is Cisalpina based on Cisalpina? It was an inspiration, at least for the name, and for the very early years, maybe. But overall, in automation, it's not possible to handle such a very small company. So they are definitely have developed into different directions. Wheels are not premium enough. Yeah, we can let's check them out. I just smacked something here from this category on there. These ones. These might probably be 270s. Yeah, too modern is probably 2010s, I'd say. Yeah. Retro sports. I think this is a bit too much. The playlist, basically these are all tracks from the official YouTube YouTube playlist, or there's an audio library that you can use for videos. Other than so they are not protected by any restrictive licenses that you cannot use. How about these? Looks at least Italian. De Tomaso Pantera GTS, definitely one of my favorites, just because of its brutality in the looks department, especially from the rear. Really love it. Okay, let's continue. I was also considering to use this seam here and make it black, so as a typical 80s design element, to have this black thing going around the whole car. I at least want to try it out. I didn't try that yet. Let me do that quickly. Let's actually use seams for that. The main problem is how they cut out here, and I would need to cover that all up. I could try a bumper bar as well. Definitely not such a flat fixture. How about this? May not be too long, as there will be problems. Bye, German Potato. Thanks for tuning in. Now I won't cover the wheels. That won't look very good. They are not easy to cover. Do I want to have this black thingy here or not? Let's try. This might be it might take a while. But we can also just do the basic concept, and I can do it and finalize it off camera, in case it takes too long. Need to properly move it. Oh, it's actually working quite nicely. Just need to mirror them and not make the same mistake as on the Freccia, where we had two different sides. Oh, it was not. Yeah, it was on the Freccia. Yeah. Just need to cover up that bit here. Have to be a little bit lucky on these sharp edges. Yeah, I actually like it. A little bit more detail. Yeah, definitely this series was a huge help for my channel, because I actually really, for the first 2 or 3 episodes, I really said, let's go all in. Do something very much on the roleplay side. Which was a huge effort, but definitely it helped a lot, because nobody wants to see just some ugly cars, non-coherent, and this also, or nobody did it. Let's say there are so many who do every slider to 15 and biggest engine stuff, but I thought, let's do something different here. Enjoy that a lot more than just going for the extremes. I mean, the very last episodes were a little bit less on the roleplay side, because the company is much larger now, and yeah, feels like a company finally, but also the later videos in a series don't get as many views. Just yeah, automatically, just by the way YouTube works, and so I try to find a nice compromise between quality and I'm actually able to produce something within a week or something. And still, it's quite a huge effort to get one episode out. I'd say 8 hours work from playing and cutting and everything. So it's definitely not worth the money as of now, but it's still okay to get a little bit of money for your hobby, basically. Do I enjoy speaking in English? I think I'm getting more and more used to it, and it really helps me also in my job and everything. So it's a good practice, and I don't mind it. Sometimes I'm missing a few words, and I know I'm a bit on the, yeah, sometimes I don't know what exactly to say or how to say it, and then there's so many arms and pauses. But I also have that in German because I'm not a natural entertainer. So it's good practice, trying to speak more freely and stuff. But a native speaker would have a huge advantage, of course. Why don't you move, stupid piece? Yeah, the next series will be slightly inspired by BMW. I want to revive one of my oldest brands, BAM. But so this was basically a premium brand from the way I imagined it. But I think I will take it a little bit to the less premium side, because we now had the luxury campaign. We now have a sports car series, and I think it's time for something a little bit different. And I also enjoy if we are a little bit on the cheaper side, standard cars. And maybe it will be some kind of a mix between BMW and Opel, or Vauxhall for the British guys. Yeah, Ogush, I definitely think there will be pop-ups for this one, but also smaller lights here for daylight running and indicators and stuff, so that they are not completely lost. Yeah, but I think the overall side is already nice. I should add some smaller triangles here, to make it fit a little bit nicer with the fenders. But for today, at least off camera or off the official video and on camera for you, I will spare you with that. We already waste a lot of time doing small details. This one is a high-end GT, and this will probably get the first V12 in the company history. But not a very sporty V12, but more like on the smooth and slightly sporty side. So yeah, really, I think I really like the black bar, and it's really good that these indentations here, they are on the same level as on the back. So let's see, what do we need here for pop-ups? There are many different ones available. Let's see what... I don't want them to be open, of course. They're all opened. Not those. These are the standard ones. Which are alright. Just a very wide border here, I don't like that. Yeah, those might be it. Like the black thing here at the front. Just the way it's cutting into the body is not so nice, but we can cut that part away. And then let's first add the other lights. So I'm actually, I didn't really try out anything on the front, so I'm really happy with how we are progressing so far. It's a bit on the basic side, and maybe not too creative and not too special, but I think it flows very nicely. And everybody, I think, is using these lights for 80s cars, and I cannot see them anymore. And I also don't like how they go into there. But what if we remove the inside bits and work just with the covered ones? The covered bit. Let's see if we can make something work there. So we paint everything inside transparent. And add our own things inside. No. Bad thing is that the background basically has holes inside. So I need to remove it completely and do my own stuff there, or just make it deeper like this. Then we are basically on the safe side. Doesn't need to be as wide. And now we have something Miata looking. Congrats, Milan, for being an automotive engineer. So finally you can say that. Trust me. Unfortunately, this doesn't cut in very nicely, so maybe we need a black outline here. So again, use the lines on the body. This must flow into here. And here the seam must be where this edge is. Then it looks like it's meant to be like this. Question is just, is this the right shape, or do we want to turn it around? This would look a little bit more friendly. aggressive, but I don't like it. And this a bit on the sleek side. What's this? And I want to check if I can move pop-ups lower so that we don't have a border between the two things. It's a bit difficult with the shape that it has. Other things are opened. Headlights, cannot use those. Now, which one did I have? It lost them, fortunately. Probably one of these. I think it should be, if we make them longer, it should fit better. Just have this issue here. Oh no, no, they need to be flush. We can bring these forward and then they cut away this black bit. Just trying to align the seam here. Bit on the messy side. Mazda 323, yeah, that's exactly what I had in mind when designing a luxury GT car. Not really. So this must be a cutout. Cut away the red bits. Yep, and these on top. Layer 2 and these layer 3. Just a little bit of wonkiness here, but there's probably not much I can do about it. Is that a car? I think so. And now I need to put bits inside the lights. In 3D mode. Not as much chrome. This may be chrome. So the inside may be chrome, but not everything. I think like this. So this is headlight, headlight. Okay. And then we already see that it's on the large side. So in this area we can, I think we can modify the size of the different parts. Probably should start with the indicator first so that we know what fits and what doesn't. Don't want to make them too offset to each other. And this is indicator. Indicator. We have something that's less extreme. Probably. Okay. Yeah. I think that's it. The problem may be that now that these lights are here, where should these lights actually be if so it just wouldn't function from a packaging perspective. So I think we need to move those things up a bit. And then we can still think about it if this here should actually be black and yeah, just make the transition between the 2 bits. Let me try it out in plastic. Probably not. Depends a bit on the grill, probably, if this makes sense. For now I'll paint it in the primary car color, and we can put it away later if we don't like it. But I think what we definitely need is some molding on the bonnet, because it's quite a large surface. Might work a bit nicer with a lower bonnet line, but the bonnet line is already so low. Actually, this, I think maybe I need to scale these down a little bit, because they're too high up. What is this? Ah, okay. Indicator poking through. So I don't think I can move the bonnet line even lower. Seam on the bonnet should be further forward. Which seam do you mean? Don't know. Let's first try to see if we can actually place a patch. Align to surface. Oh god. What's happening here? Oh god. Why is it so bad? I'd actually need to use 3D mode in this case. Doesn't really align nicely. To increase its size also, well, a little bit. That's the normal size, I think. It's not perfect, but I think it will do the job. Or do we need to move it here? I think it needs to go here. Not ideal. Probably just need a grill, and then we can place it upright. Yep, we will add a grill here, and probably just some rectangular basic stuff. Definitely needs air anyway, if we have a V12 in there. The lights will cut away what we don't need. Exactly. Trying to move those bits a little lower, because we had a red thing there. Like this, then make this. Yes, and here we do. Actually, we paint it transparent, and we add a patch vertically. Patch. 3D. Snap to global angle vertical. Get wider. Fortunately the bonnet slopes downwards like this, and then different texture. Let's try our standard grill, not this one. How is it called? S something? SHD's grills. Pattern this. Scale like this. And now we can also rotate this. Yep. And put it in. That good. I think we can still move the grill a bit forward. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Grabbed the wrong part. Yep. Okay. Not 100% sure if I like the perpendicular stuff. Let me try one thing, angling this a little bit at least. Yeah, I think I like it if it has 15 degrees of angle. And it doesn't look as extreme. I'm always grabbing the wrong part. And I never use this lock fixture stuff that you can do, not to move things around that you already like. This is what I never use. Yep, much better, I think. Yeah. Should it be wilder to be more Italian? Yeah, maybe. But we will add things on the bonnet as well, to give it a bit more fluff and make it a bit more special. But it's the 80s, so it is quite boxy. And as I said, it's a premium GT car. This now, the premium bit, of course, this it's still missing. Or the wild bit. So basically the Testarossa, even if it was mid-engined, was a GT car. And I think we still need to go a little bit more into that direction here, right? But let's get the basics done first and then see what we can still do. So I don't really want to have a scoop, but I want to have something on the bonnet. It's a bit on the rectangular side. I don't know if we have something here. Probably not. So we are now almost 1 hour in. I would say, again, as last time, 2 hours for the exterior would already be good. And I think, again, I'm not in the mood to do any interior today. What do we do? This is all not very boxy. We could do something like this. This is too extreme now, of course. Either like this or the other way around. So we get a little bit of contour on the front, but probably we have to cut it away, because I don't like how it starts. Still a bit of funky stuff going on. Ah, why is it not cutting away properly? Ah, this is not good. I think I really would like to have just these longitudinal lines on there. Oh, now it actually is alright. We have a little bit of problems here. Ah, it's not too good. Yeah, if we move pop-ups to the front a little bit, I think would be possible. Something like this would technically work, I think. Yeah, here, this bit is problematic. Yeah, definitely not like this. Looks like something has fallen on it. I need to find something different. Just not working. Maybe not find something different, but just add it in a different way. So this would now be a little bit more on the wild side if we add some kind of a vent here. Maybe that's what we need to do. Probably not too far forward. Not sure. Spacing was a bit too much. Yeah, it's better now with the front lights. Do the pop-ups work? No. I won't do anything about them to make them work in Beam or something. I think it's possible to make them work, but I am currently not interested to get into that. So these are the Testarossa things. can try them, but I don't think they match this car really nicely. Especially with this black thing there, I think it doesn't really fit. I mean, I can line it like this. I think we definitely need something on the side as a vent. Probably on the lower end here. I never like it when it looks so bad from the shading here. Not perfect. But there's other vents that I think might be better. Probably one of this. A bit more angular. It may be better, but still I don't like it how it goes into the door here. So maybe let's shorten it and keep it away. Keep it a little bit more on the elegant side. It's certainly not perfect. But I think it's better. Also, we had something like this very much on the Cuneo, just in the rear. Especially if I mirror this. So this setup we already had on another car, maybe. But I think it's not elegant enough. I don't want to be this too aggressive. But now that I look at it from the front, I also think it doesn't really look like high-end GT car. We need to do a little bit more different here on the front. Let me first put wing mirrors on it. Something that suits the 80s. Yeah, this would be alright. Yeah, looks a bit more complete immediately. What do we do with the front? First of all, let's try to get something going on in the bottom. Probably something a bit more aggressive. I need to go a little bit away from everything's square. In case, just to get some kind of emotion into the just trying something out here. What if no? Probably not. No, never. Yeah, we will add something here. Definitely not sausage grill again. In general, I like these. they would mirror a little bit the headlights that we have. But then yeah, this is again the standard thing. Or too standard. Just want to try this out, how this looks on this body. Let's check the grill department. I'm very much on the boxy side right now, and I don't know how to properly change it. Inverse Bugatti front from the headlights into the center. Trying to imagine that right now. So you mean something like something huge on there? I don't think something huge there works with the shape of the bumper. But what you can do is try to have something like this. I think it makes it look premium immediately a bit more. Could also work the other way around. I don't really understand, or I cannot imagine the inverted Bugatti front, to be honest. This is looking Mitsubishi-like, right? Now I'm starting to struggle again, like last time. Let's see if we can do something like this. Mustache. So this would definitely, yeah, this doesn't work like this with the bumper. But I think something along the line with having a split grill could work. So I'll try to follow that idea a little bit. And also we need to place our a nice little number plate on there somewhere. Not too convinced as of now. Maybe let's start with the number plate. Number plate always looks like it's not meant to look very nice and not very premium, but I need to integrate it anyway. start with that. And then we can use some molding that might help us. And here we can now try to somehow follow these lines. But it's not working with the angle of these parts. So I would need to do something specific or custom, I mean. But let's add finally the lower grill here. Why is it not cutting away now? It's like this. Trying to meet up with the headlights there, but yeah, it's not looking like big engine, right? So for big engine we probably should avoid the split grill. Not too good here. I think this one needs to be 2D. Yeah. Headlights are limiting. Maybe they are. Maybe you are right. Maybe this is just forcing us into the boxy direction too much. So I will definitely keep those, but maybe let's try something different here. Well, they will still be somewhat on the boxy side, of course. With 90s, yeah, I'm definitely a little bit into the 90s. So as I said before, 1985 would be alright, because then that's the time when it releases. Around 1 year earlier, 2 years later, that's the period where it releases. But yeah, too much 90s is probably not good. These are the ones we had on the Futurismo, so probably a bad idea to reuse them. This is what we had, right? No, this is what we had. Yeah, I'm a little bit stuck again. I mean, we could also try to go for something a little bit more on the roundish side. I mean, in the rear we have these oval shapes. And traditionally Cisalpina of course had round lights. So we can at least try. But then we immediately get into this kind of Nissan look, right? Just trying it out now. Especially if we do doubles. And then we don't need the pop-ups. Yeah, it's becoming more and more Japanese. The longer I play around, the more. Also not better. Double rounded headlights like it's a muscle cars. I don't know. So I don't have a lot of space vertically, and I don't want to make it too muscly. I'm just going through a few cars in my head right now. Of course, the 959, which is a different kind of car, had this round headlights, but that's a Porsche and basically a 60s design anyway. Testarossa had pop-ups, and 280 GTO also had pop-ups and very rectangular indicator and daylight, running light. Oh, yeah, cannot remember too many cars that are actually from this era. I mean, Lamborghini, if you say that's, it's a mix of supercar and GT anyway. Also had just very rectangular stuff. So I think we still need to go for something rectangular, but the overall composition needs to look aggressive, but also a bit more expensive than it does right now. Dual pop-ups, the more the better. I don't know, I really don't know. Definitely not like that, but let me think. Yeah, the body forces me into a certain direction. I don't like it. So let's make it French, right? Bumper indicators. I don't want to have bumper indicators. Basically the same than what we had before, right? And maybe a bit too much on the modern side. Not sure. What if we make those things wider? maybe. So this part here looks a little bit like the Ferrari limousine that they had, the 2+2 seater for 100 something. Maybe let's... Also, now, of course, this is too modern looking, but actually on a more modern car this would work really well. So for now I think I will just go with this. Looks sad? No, I don't know. We can make it look less sad. I am pretty sure. Just need to make them a little slimmer. Maybe. And then I need to move those inner parts around. I cannot move it too much forward, as we have learned earlier. Something is off. And now let's do something like this. And this needs to be a headlight. And this needs to be wider then. Pop-ups are a bit weird now. Hi. Hello, hi. Good night. Good to see you. And the badge is somewhere down there. Let's get that out. This doesn't really align to the surface here. I don't know why. It's so bad. Still need to get... Yeah, I need to get a grill on there. It just doesn't work like this. So, grill. First, let's try the uninspired one again. Yeah, no. So let's try something different again. Square cutout. And I have this one. Okay. So, how do we make this look nice? Yeah, I don't think it looks really bad. I just don't think it looks like what I wanted it to be. So it's not. It's not bad. A complete light bar. But we could also do something like how was that called? That car called? This Alpha with the many rectangular lights in one row. Yeah, doesn't really look like Cisalpina, you're right. It should be, it needs to be more extreme. So let's just try something that resembles the more powerful cars that we have done in the past. With a few vents on there. So let's try maybe have a supercar dress up as a GT car or something. Just to try something out. Doesn't really hurt. We don't have too many fixtures on there. What else can I do here? This might be a bit 90s. It also says it in the fixture name. We can still try. It doesn't really fit in properly, and it definitely looks 90s. V6 hot hatch. I don't know if you have seen the latest episode. The Freccia has the V6. It's very hot and almost looks like a hatchback. So that's as hot a hatchback as I would go with the company. Classy, aggressive, balanced, difficult to get right. Yeah, I mean that Ferrari sedan also didn't really look aggressive or like a Ferrari, and it also didn't. Yeah, it's hard to get those emotions when you're more on the conservative and elegant side. But I definitely agree that we need to try something. So for now I'd open up the molding thing again and need to see if I can do something with the bumper. Even though the molds are pretty bad on this body. They don't really explain what they are doing, and bumper F, yeah, nice. It's just how much bumper there is, and I already had it on the minimum. That's this thing. Maybe let's even lower it even more. Just removing a few of these bits that are not working anymore. Maybe we can lower it even more and then have a really flat nose. It's already on the most extreme thing, and here we get now a really bad dent in there, which I cannot accept. So that's, we basically already have been almost at the extreme that we can do here. So it's not as wedgy and it's impossible to get that. That's the rear bumper here. Yeah. So there's not much we can do about the front. I could paint it transparent and make something in 3D, but that I don't think that would produce something really nice. This thing, no, that's not the car for GT1. I think that's too early. We will need to have something. But it's a good idea. So if you think about GT1 cars like McLaren F1, which was not a GT car, if you think about Ferrari F40, which was not a GT car but a supercar, but that's the kind of styling you would want to go for. Italian cars were boxy, yeah, and maybe this body is 5 years too early. It's much easier to build a 90s car on top of this body, but I still would have liked to use it because it's a bit more on the sleek side, less bulky, and I thought it might represent that lightweight look of a Cisalpina. But I'm seriously doubting that we're getting somewhere. But we will continue to try, at least for half an hour. It was starting off so well in the rear, right? This is also, yeah, way too modern. I think the rear is quite okay. Just broke when I played around with the morphs. Unfortunately. Okay. What do we do with the front? I mean, I can... So this would basically be as square as we can go, but of course doesn't make a lot of sense. Just everything's looking the same. Aston Martin like stuff. I don't think that works. So oval, we always had oval grills, of course, as well on Cisalpina, but that doesn't work as well. Square, yeah, of course, square stuff is always the solution in the 80s, but we had it, and it just looked like Japanese standard stuff. I mean, the number plate doesn't help as well, sure. I need to find something that makes it special, and I'm considering adding some of these weird square vents just to make it into something no. That's just pure, how do you say, when you give up and are very desperate. Let's bring in the sausage vents solution for everything, of course. Actually, it is too late to choose another body. Well, we can take a look, but I will not change it right now. So wheelbase 2.6 meters at least, if not 2.7. 2.7 better. Body year last 5 years. And coupe. This is what we have. So there you go. The other stuff which is unlocking soon is even more roundish. This the cockpit is not wide enough for these other things, and I also wanted to use maybe one of those for Group C, and the other stuff is too old. So I think this is what we have. Let's go one click down. Wheelbase side. Here I tried this one out. You get a Miata out of it. Yeah. And that's the mid-engine variant. And that's looking bulky as hell, like a Mercedes. And the other ones are too old. So I actually, this is the first thing that I liked here. So let's continue working with that. It at least looks a little bit exotic. Please, no. I paint the slot, move those bits, make this a little larger. And then we can see we need another grill there in the middle. We need a lip. A lip definitely also will help to make it look like something. So I will now try to not look at the chat too much, just so that we make progress and maybe get into some kind of flow, not questioning myself all of the time. So maybe that will help. And that one plastic, bit of a problem there on the side. More morphing perspective, but we could get that away if I cut away things, I hope. So let's use a cutout. Okay, need to use the cutout on the side. Align to horizon. Move it there and not really better. Okay, just had to move it up a bit. A lot better. We can add it here as well. Okay, so this now has, I think, a little bit of Porsche 944 vibes, and I could live with that. Just need to have another grill there. Let's use a big sausage. Probably not. Maybe it's actually alright to use the sausage grill here. Sausage grill or something more boxy? The texture is bugging out, but I can fix that later. It already has pop-ups. Alpha Rivetto mashup grill in the front. License grill offset. License plate offset. I don't know. So I don't think anything that goes a little bit higher here works well with the bumper, and I cannot get rid of the bumper. It needs to be split somehow. So I need to cut out that bit so that the number plate doesn't stick out as much as it does right now. I think this could work somehow, and definitely a bit more on the sporty side than before. Yeah, I think we need 4. Not too happy that it goes up all the way like this. Can move some of those down. They're not aligned properly. For distance. A bit. Yeah, I think I can live with that. Yeah, there must be indicators here above the bumper. I definitely agree. And I think we still have something hidden here. I just need to add something. Let me try this out. Is this inset? So something very boxy, more boxy than what we had before. There's still our lights stuff inside. I know it's now, this is again looking very Japanese, NSX style maybe. But I think that's the only thing that worked so far. Fog lights, I have not planned to have fog lights. It definitely would add a more premium feel. Maybe I can add something over there. Need to try it out. So I think it's so far it's definitely the best that we had. Yeah, I think I'd keep it like this for now. What I wanted to check is how does it look like when I place a black bar, just like something like this here, just to check it out. Probably does make it look cheaper than it was. I don't. I'd rather place a small grill, I think. Don't know if something two-tone colored looks very high-end. Yeah, this definitely will be up as a VOD afterwards. Don't worry. I think this is roughly what I want to do. I will try a bonnet band, a hood scoop. Not with the chrome, of course, but we had this kind of thing on the Futurismo as well. And then maybe I can get rid of the vents. So a very wide vent here. Just not as large. And with this one. This is front engine. Black or dark mesh and chrome horizontal divider. Don't know if the chrome looks too good on this. It's a bit more on the premium side, of course. We can add chrome. Can also just have one chrome bit. It's just that it's not centered. I don't know why. Maybe both. So you are talking about the vent bits. Yeah. I'm scared if it's too much, then it looks cheap again. But you tell me. Yeah, engine bay room of course is lowered, but the engine is here. So I think the pop-ups are fine, and it just will have something like 3 to 4 liter V12. So I'm still not sure about these things here. And I think I lost the bit that cut away that part again. Made it look a bit nicer. Why doesn't it work again? How did I do that? I think it was... It was better before, and I don't know why. Yeah, now it's better again. Scoop more seamless. So you mean smaller, or... Yeah, less dividers, no divider. Yeah, I'd probably go for no divider here. Getting closer to Skyline vibes somehow. There are indicators in there. They are probably just not colored, or the game is bugging out. But there are definitely indicators in there. These are the indicators. Yeah, they are actually in that color. It's just that the game doesn't show it. If I make them like a window glass, then it will maybe show. Yeah, like this. Just have to move those around as well. They are not perfectly positioned as I have changed things. Not sure. So I actually would have liked the other glass a bit better, but there are indicators below. Yeah, something like this. So, yeah, let's continue. So, still not sure about these things, but let's get to some kind of finalized car at least. So let's add indicators here on the side. And I'm not sure if I will rework things again after a good night's sleep, after rethinking things. Sometimes you see a bit more on the next day and try out a few things more. But as of now, I could live with it more than I did with the Freccia, where we had even bigger problems. So what we can reuse is basically the indicators that we already had. The line is not perfectly following this, but I cannot make it much huger, much more huge like this, so that it perfectly follows. This one, let's make it body colored. And can we get something different here? Probably still a little bit too big. And so I don't like that it's so far away from the body. That's the main critique, basically, I think. I don't like it. The inside indicators aren't transparent, it's just the game. that's not rendering those perfectly. I cannot do anything about it. So what do we do with the indicators? Very difficult. Might be able to go with these. Even the default textures are so bad on this one. And also this huge border around it. And even the bumper bar doesn't cut in. It's just too thick. Yeah, like this it could work. Still too large. Not a huge fan. At least somehow matches the front lights. The rear is now a little bit more different from the front, but at least with these sausage grills, I think it's alright. Yeah, squares and beer. That's exactly the thing. So fog lights would have been one thing, but I cannot see a very good way how to fit them all on there. So I just leave it at this. Maybe different rims would do a big difference. But for now, let's add a sunroof as a very unique feature. But it's probably not glass. I think it's body colored. Yeah. What I don't like about this body is how thin these pillars are. But there's not really a way around that. Because the trim is basically all of this. And yeah, I can paint it like this, but then it looks even worse, unfortunately. It has to be like this. Yeah, Subaru. If you tell me that it's looking like a Subaru, I'm sad, because that's not what I wanted to do. But I think that's as much as you can get out of this body. I think I will give it a night of sleep. I think it's a decent looking car. Maybe it's not exactly the high-end GT car that it wants to be, but I think I can live with it. Yeah, I'd say let's call it a day here. It's better than nothing. And maybe I have a good idea still. So what I still don't like is here we have a little bit of an offset. So maybe that's one thing that we still try to fix. Let's do it like this. Just hard to get them all aligned, of course, if you do it by hand, not counting the steps. I think it makes more sense like this. Yeah. Now for fog lights, I have no idea how I should fit them in. I mean, what we could do is do something like just these tiny bars, but that wouldn't be really period correct, right? Something like this in modern days, okay, but I think it's not good enough for these for this day, for this era. So I'd say I'd just leave it at this, and yeah, for foggy conditions, these lights are pretty low as well. I definitely need a different solution here. This is something that really bugs me. And what I probably do is something like these. The less angled ones. Now it snapped. And I think that looks a lot cleaner, a bit more on the elegant side, more what I wanted, and less like Lamborghini tried to build a GT car. Yeah. All right. So, oh god. I'd say let's leave it here. Of course, the most important things are missing. Washer nozzles and windscreen wipers. This will be the last thing that we do. Probably a few other details are missing. There they are. Which ones do we choose? Just these. And wipers. Can always check if the size is right. This one is definitely too large. Okay, let's rotate it back. And the other one needs to be a little smaller. Now we have a tiny overlap here, so to shorten this as well. I wonder if some players actually measure their length of their wipers and try to align them with values that you actually can buy, like 350 millimeters and stuff like that. Definitely not my cup of tea to go into that detail. Isn't this designed too modern for the 80s? Maybe a little bit. Have in mind, this will not release before 1985 and will have to go all the way into the mid-90s. So I think it's okay. 2 years into one direction or the other, I really don't care too much about that. I just saw, yeah, this thing is still something I want to fix. The texture here is not working properly. And then it's really done for today. So let's grab a patch. Snap it 3D. Like this, or maybe probably not exactly like this. This. Still not using the hotkeys as I wanted today. Alright, better. Fog lighting grid, I don't know. Slightly plain on the sides, that's definitely true, yeah. But if so making these in plastic would add a lot of detail to the sides, but I don't know if it's premium enough. You can have it in plastic though. And yeah, still we will never be done because I forgot the fuel cap. And of course all of the interior, but that's not something for today. I don't know if I ever will do interior on a live stream because it's just such a pain. But yeah, it's an okay car. It's just not a premium GT. So maybe I wanted to really have a premium GT car because actually we now have proper demographic size. Even with my awareness, we have 137 GT Premium. There are more than 600 overall in the market, and the budget is 110k. So I would really like to have something here for these guys, not just for the GT guys for 400k. So yeah, don't know how we should do that. This is not looking like a 110k car, unfortunately. Yeah, the rims are alright, I think, yeah. Yeah, maybe premium version, better engine, Geniale. Probably. Okay, but for now, let's now really call it a day. I thank you all very much for joining me today. It was a lot of fun. Unplanned, but I'm definitely more happy than last time. And yeah, I want to thank you for joining me today, for questioning my choices. Definitely helped a lot. And yeah, hope to upload something next week again. Maybe a few of you didn't yet see the most recent episode, which released yesterday, so make sure to check that out as well. And if not, see you all again next time for episode 18, I think it is then, where we really build this into a proper car and then have the next GT car in the lineup. Thank you all very much. Have a nice weekend and see you soon. Bye bye.